We already have a video about Google Ads ad customizers. You can check that one out here. But Microsoft Ads also has ad customizers, so we thought it'd make a great video. Here, we will show you where you can set up ad customizers within Microsoft Ads, and then how to apply them to your actual ad copy. A couple things before we get started. One, yes, there's a red bar up top. This is our demo account. We don't use it, so try to ignore it. Second, when I'm going through the ad customizer attribute setup, I'm going to hop between two tabs. Once we can walk through the setup, and then we're going to immediately go through ad examples so we can immediately see examples of what we're setting up. So I will be hopping back and forth a little bit. But the ad customizer attribute section lives within business data. To find that, first we need to go to tools. You can type in business data, or you can scroll down. There we see under import and other bulk actions, business data. Right now we are in ad customizer attributes. This is one way where you can manually start setting up ad customizers within Microsoft Ads. So to start manually creating attributes, just click on Add Attribute. And first I want you to focus on the data type because there are only 4 options: text, number, price, and percent. I'll go through 2 of these because you'll pretty much understand what they could do. First, let's start with number. And then I'm going to name my attribute. Just going to make up a number here, and then I'm going to click Save. I honestly don't know how many characters we get while naming the attribute, but if you're creating a lot of these, you probably want to make it as descriptive as possible so it makes it easier to find when you're attaching it to ads. Now speaking of, let's hop into an ad. One thing I should mention before we even get started is that just like Google, we cannot edit or create new expanded text ads within Microsoft. So if you want to use ad customizers and you haven't done so yet, you'll have to use them in responsive search ads, but you can also use them in Microsoft's multimedia ads. If you're not sure what those are, I already have a video about them. You could check it out here. But right now, I'm just going to focus on a couple headlines using these ad customizers. The number ad customizer I just created was focusing on the total number of whatever product was sold. So maybe to try to build some social proof in your ads, you might want to create a headline like this. Maybe saying over X amount sold. Try to encourage people to be like, hey, everyone else likes it. You should buy it too. So I have over, and then to start calling your ad customizers, use an open curly brace. Here we want ad customizer, then select the attribute. There's our number. Default text is optional if there was no value associated with the attribute, but I know I have it, so I'm going to mark it as set. And look at total amount sold was the attribute. There's the 400 that I put in. Maybe something like that. So why is this valuable? Well, clearly it builds urgency. It shows some social proof. But one of the benefits is this number can change depending on what I have the attribute set as. Hopefully, I'm selling more. So I can always go back within the attribute and edit the value. 500. If I save it, go back to the ad, I'm going to copy this because I'm going to have to refresh the page. Okay, refreshed. Just pasting in the same headline. Now it says 500 because I updated the attribute value. Okay, that's one option. Let's look at another idea. I'm going to add another attribute. Let's see how long I can make this name. Okay, not too bad. Doesn't look like they're cutting me off at all. Make this one a little bit more descriptive. Data type, let's choose percent and adding in a number here. I'm going to save it. Notice that it entered the percent symbol for me, but now we have a good description. Being really proactive here. When Black Friday arrives in 2025, I already know all of my shoes are going to be 40% off. All right, let's see how this looks in an ad. Coming back down, all shoes are. Add a space, going to move my mouse out of the way a little bit. Opening curly brace, add customizer, select the attribute. Again, I don't need default text. Fill in the rest of my headline, and there you go. Now, this is a pretty concrete statement. Like, okay, Joe, if you know you're going to have it 40% off, you can just add it to your ad text. Yes, but maybe I want to change the name of it and just call it Black Friday Shoe Sale. So then the following year, I can use the same ad copy. Possibly the percentage will change. And then I don't have to recreate all of my headlines in wherever I'm using this attribute. Okay, maybe one more. Let's choose price. Sticking to 400 again. Let's pretend Michelle and I are putting our course on sale. And we do it every once in a while, so keep looking. Now I totally forgot. Notice how it didn't automatically add the currency logo. You do have to enter this one yourself. Yep, see, even Microsoft tells me. Okay, that's the price. Now we can go back and look at it in a headline. Coming back down, opening curly brace. Add customizer. There we see our course sale price. Click set and letting people know that the discount is only for a limited time. Remember, as I said, Michelle and I do run the course at a discount every so often, but the discount is different depending on the time of year, how generous we're feeling. So again, instead of creating new headlines, we would only have to go into the ad customizer attribute, just change the number, and then it saves us a ton of time without having to go and either create whole new ads or update our headlines. This is important because as of yet, Microsoft doesn't have the headline or description asset like Google has. And even so, the headline and description assets in Google really don't get a ton of impressions versus creating a whole new ad. This is a good chance for us to leave headlines running, keep them evergreen if it makes sense. We understand sales aren't available all the time, but we don't have to worry about history by having to recreate things all the time. If we could just use the same headlines in the same ads, but have ad customizers change some of the content in them. In case you were wondering, if I go down to descriptions, I can use all the same attributes in descriptions as well. So if you don't think you'd use customizers a lot, or you just have a small account, small amount of products, you don't run sales a ton, manually creating the attributes is very easy and probably your best bet. However, if you're a massive store, tons of products, tons of product categories, you're running sales all the time, every week. Manually creating and editing might be a pain in the butt. Well, there's a separate option. You can bulk upload a variety of ad customizer attributes and customize them much more than what we can do here. First, click on the blue upload button and then click on sample file to get the template. This file will automatically download to your device. It won't take you to a page. There it is. Let's open it up. And I'm going to highlight all of this here. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Ignore the first two rows. You can delete them if you want to. Anything with the pound sign is ignored when you upload it. It's more for directional purposes. But here's where you can get very customized. What I did earlier, manually, you technically can use any of those ad customizer attributes in any ad throughout the entire account. Any responsive search ad or multimedia ad, I should say. But here, with this template, you can create customizers maybe for only certain campaigns. You can let Microsoft know, I only want to use this for specific ad groups, or get extremely deep and have ad customizers only work when an ad shows for a certain keyword within an ad group. You can argue about a much more precise campaign structure. I get that, but sometimes it just comes down to time and volume where these keywords would be lumped together. And if you look at it, maybe the inventory and the total count is different. Corner sectionals might be 25% off. Leather sectionals are 15% off. A general discount ad customizer that you would manually create would not be able to cover the differences between them. Even the costs are different. If you don't care about breaking it down by keyword, then you don't have to include anything within the keyword column. Same thing with campaign. If all living room furniture, let's say that's the name of this whole campaign, if all the furniture is the same percent off, then you don't need to break it down by ad group, keyword, whatever. But if the prices are different, depending on how you've built your campaigns and how they're structured, this type of template and feed setup might be beneficial to you. Let's see if they let me upload this one. Browse, add in your template after you've uploaded to your business, of course. It's smart to preview, but I'm never going to use this, so I'm just going to upload and apply. We have some new attributes here. I can check the upload history. I know what the errors are. It's because I don't have any campaigns or ad groups that are within the feed. That makes it fun. I actually am going to have to edit this to fit our account. Let's pause so I can fix it and jump right back in. All right, back in here, deleted all the old ones. We're going to upload again. It's going to be the same. Come over to browse. It's going to be the same file. I just upload it for our account. And there we see, successful. I added a bunch of other stuff here. And with one file upload, I can add in a ton of other stuff. I know some of it is just weird examples, doesn't fit, just showing you what you can do. Now, if you wanted to see what my feed looked like, this is what I had set up. A variety of the attribute. This will be the name that when you're searching for the ad customizer within your headlines or descriptions, this is what we name it. The type, this you cannot customize, leave the type as is. Put in the value for it, has to match the data type. And in this case, to keep it simple, I wasn't tying it in a campaign ad group or keywords. Since we pretty much have nothing running, it'll just error out for me. But just fill in this template with a bunch of other stuff. Don't change the first row of the column names, leave those as is. But once you have that filled in, just upload it. If you need to make simple edits, you can edit here. Gonna click done for now. Or you can look at uploading a separate feed if you need to make any massive bulk changes. With the clients Michelle and I have, we really don't have any mass e-com stores that we work with that really need to use such huge data uploads like this. So it's easy enough for us to just create our own or use a simple feed like I did, have a couple examples at a time that we could use. It can make future editing a lot easier and it gives us more options to test different messages that you may not normally get without an ad customizer. But if you have any other questions on how to set these up or looking for ideas on how to use them in copy within your Microsoft Ads account, let us know in the comments.
Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.